Yes guys, welcome to week 11, episode 11 of In the Life of RAS Scaffolding. This week guys, we've got Isaac. He's coming down. He's going to run through every single one of our sites and do a full sweep and do a full audit. His job is to check up on us as management and supervisors. Isaac will come out. He'll do a full report. What we miss, believe me now, this fella doesn't miss. He's absolutely brilliant at his job and he does not miss a trick. He's worth absolutely every single penny. So basically, when we do miss something, he'll do a full report. What happens then is we'll come back to the yard, we'll get all the lads in, we'll do a full toolbox talk and we'll make sure that this problem does not reoccur. Thank you very much, Isaac. Let's go, guys. Yes guys, hope you're all okay. Got Isaac down here today. Isaac comes down once a month. He does an internal audit for us. And that keeps us on top of being on top of the lads, making sure they do their job correctly and our scaffolding's up to standard. So yeah, Isaac comes out once a month, just runs through every one of our sites, make sure everything's bang on. If he does find an issue, he does a full report. And what we do is then we go back to the lads and get the lads back to site, make sure it's all right, and give him a bit of a bollocking, really. But yeah, I think got to say, Isaac.
Nail on the head, really. I mean, it's, you know, the two things, really. One, you know, there's no point in having a safety management system if you're not going to implement it. I've seen many businesses, you know, you walk in, you look at the paperwork, and they've got this beautiful document that says how they're going to manage safety within the business. And then when you actually start unpacking it, it's like, you know, is any of it actually being adhered to?
Yeah.
So, you know, back before we did the RAS audit, we wrote out the safety management system. We tailored it to the business. This is what's going to happen. This is when it's going to happen. This is how it's going to happen. This is who's going to do it. Yeah. And part of that framework is external audits. It's making sure that once people within the business are doing, you know, carrying out their roles, somebody independent is coming out and actually making sure that things are going as they should be. Yeah. And again, there's two things there. There's one, are you actually doing things the way that you said you're going to do them?
If he's just checking up on what we've done, so we could write a report out, Isaac could then come in, look at our report and make sure that we're on top of everything we're saying we're doing.
Yeah, exactly that. You've been out, you've written a report on a job. I might look through that and go, well, yeah, actually, you know, you've done the right thing there. Or I might say, well, that slight element of it might have needed further design. So, you know, going forward, we need to be capturing things like this at the planning phase before the job goes up. And it's all part of this framework of plan, do, check and act. So what we did before, you know, when we came in and wrote the safety management system out, was the planning phase of it. The doing is you guys out doing your jobs, putting scaffolds up for people and every step within that sort of process of doing the job. Checking is, you know, what you're doing yourselves and where we come in. We check that that things are being strictly followed, yeah. And we act when we find a learning event. And a learning event could be, you know, the tie frequency isn't what it should be. You know, we need to make sure that ties are going in as per the compliance sheet. It might be that the guys have reacted to an issue out on site and maybe not fed the information back to the office. You know, they've a neighbour's garden, they've not been able to put a leg down, so they've maybe spurred up or something. Exactly as they have done in loads of different situations in the past, and they've had a design for it. And they've probably done it exactly how they did it the last time, as per the design they had. Yeah. It just, you know, it's just getting it drilled into them that they need to relay that information back to the office. We can get a technical query on the compliance sheet or the design, and, you know, we're good to go. And it's just making sure every step of the process works. And, you know, let's have it right. You've got people out on site that are focused on getting the job done. They want to get the job done, they want to get to the next one. You guys in the office sometimes, you want to get the next job in. Yeah. You want to make sure the people paid for that job.
They just rush sometimes, don't they?
And it's human nature. We all have blind spots. And, you know, I do, you know what I mean? I'm sure if someone was to come in and audit my business, they'd say, well, why aren't you using the CRM the way you should be? Yeah. Why aren't you responding to emails as quick? You know, there's always something that can be improved on.
Company, what could you offer for other scaffold firms out here?
Well,
What do you offer for them?
we always try and tailor the. We try to stay away from sort of, the traditional packages. Now, obviously, we have a minimum, and we will look after a scaffold company with what a lot of people refer to as Reg 7.
Yeah.
So Regulation 7 of the Health and Safety, the Management of Health and Safety at Work regs, states you have to have access to competent health and safety advice, and we provide that. And often that can be a very sort of one-way street. If you need advice, we'll give it to you. I mean, we'll give you updates and bulletins and that sort of stuff. But it's kind of pick it up and take it as you need it. Which is some companies, that's all they need. They just need a calm voice on the other end of the phone to say, yeah, actually you've done the right thing, or maybe you should consider doing it another way. And they've got loads of stuff in place already. They employ someone within the health and safety sphere, and they're happy with just that, and that's fine. Other companies might need a little bit more assistance, so we'll do a package of, say, number of hours per month. We call these plans audit ready access, which is access to competent advice. Audit ready assure, which is the plan that you're on, which is we come in a certain amount of days a month and actually check that things are being implemented. We might do one day, you might say, Isaac, the Chas needs doing. Another day it might be, Isaac, you know what, we've not done face fit testing for a while, and the lads could probably do with a face fit test because they're using tight fitting masks.
And you offer loads of courses as well, don't you?
Yeah. So from pole testing to scaffolder rescue.
To harness training and whatnot.
And I guess the plan in between those two would be the audit ready flexor, which is, a bit of a hybrid. You might need a few hours per month that you pre-book, and usually it's for remote work. Like we need a PQQ, fill it out. We need to stay on top of, certain audits and accreditations. They never seem to all fall at the same time, do they? So you might have an audit in June, July, August.
Instead of him doing this audit, we might not need him that day, that month. What he could do then is maybe do some training for us. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you could offer 1 day training, couldn't you, per month instead of doing the audit?
Yeah, I always say to customers, they're your days. They are your days. You do what you want with them. If there are certain limitations within the boundaries of what's reasonable. You can use them for what you need. Yeah. And I'd like to think, and hopefully you'll back me up on this, that we give a pretty broad spectrum of advice when it comes to scaffolding business.
I come across problems more regular than what you think, and I'm on the phone to Isaac all the time. I must do his head in, surely, but he's on the...
You're not the worst.
He picks the phone up 24 hours a day, and he's always there when we need him.
And that's part of it. And I'd like to think that it doesn't just cover health and safety advice. Sometimes it might be the lads are acting in a certain way. Sometimes it might be commercial advice. There's been plenty of times when customers have said, we tried to stay away from like pricing and estimating and stuff like that. It was never really my bag when I owned the scaffold business. But, if customers need that bit of assurance or guidance, we can either give them that or we can signpost them the right place. I think another thing has been recently, a lot of companies seem to be wanting to get into the system scaffolding market now. They don't really know where to start, what's the best system, which system can be best suited to the lads that we've already got.
So if you need an health and safety advisor, Isaac's your man. But anyway guys, Isaac's number will be here if you want to get in touch with him. Thank you very much. Morning guys, hope you're all good. Off to sale this morning. We've got about 9 jobs to dismantle. Have you ever heard that saying? Give an inch and they take a mile. That's what my lads are doing at the minute. So we're doing a sneak visit. We're going to go and see what they're up to. We're going to make sure they've got the PPE on, and we're going to make sure they're dismantling the jobs properly. We've got about 9 jobs to come down, so yeah, unfortunately that's what we've got to do as bosses. It's not all sat in the office keeping warm, but even though I've got loads to sort out, I've got to be out here babysitting at the same time as well. So I'll let you know how the day goes, guys. Side dismantled. brand new he is still, look. Jeez! Stacking the boards ready, long goals instead of stacking them at the side.
I'm not going to tell you to do the rugby, am I?
Always learning, always learning.
Every scaffold is different. My tube, go. My tube.
Another one coming down. There's the boys down there stripping that other one. That's the job to strip. That's who he's done.
They actually do call me Gio the Only. Man, I can't even tell you how much of a great time it is out here. Hold on, you're gonna have to. Anyway, such a great time being here. This is my birthday, these guys make me feel like family. Where you going that way, you're getting a full barbecue, you know, the sausage, the swam.
Treating him to a nice barbecue.
I'm gonna go, tell me about it, man. You're not going nowhere like that, but I'm gonna tell you now. And I've been flipping these tubes now, 21 foot, getting a little bit saucy in this little small space, but yeah, like I said.
What you gonna have first, a burger or? Come and look at my cooking here. Show the guys are cooking. I'm putting cheese on burgers.
Papa Ash here, coming with the sauce. I'm obviously gonna go for a double cheese first.
Double cheese and sausage.
Double cheese and no sausage.
Extra sausage, yeah.
None of that, just a double cheese, yeah. But yeah, let us grandiose. I'm going for a double cheese. I'll show you real quick. Alright.
Sausage and light it. Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Giovanni.
Alright, so you grab these buns, yeah? These are very exclusive, one of one. You're never gonna get a bun like this, no matter where you go. So Riley gonna help me get this butter and that. Butter and toast it. Okay. Let's go. You like everything soggy out, yeah? Just like your old weight, that's like the old women soggy. Is that what I'm pushing?
Anyway, 21 today, aren't you?
Yeah, man. You know what that means.
Love of his wife.
We don't look for love. RAS. Tune in.
So anyway, you put a slab of butter on like that, what he's done.
Slab of butter.
Slaps it on.
No cheese, no.
Oh wait, I'm coming in. Maybe I should have let it melt first, man.
Right, check that one. Does that run you off?
Yo. Oh, you talk about yourself there, yeah? Oh, Ash, man. Right, Ashley, that's yours.
Right, so yeah, bit of
cheese. Alright. Heinz. Boom, boom, bow. Maybe I might put a little sausage on there, I can't lie.
Sausage on, man, treat yourself, it's your birthday.
You know what, you're right, why don't I treat myself? You know what, I'll even treat it, I'll double it up. Right, you see that? That's the RAS special, bro.
You're not eating all that,
So,
Okay. Episode 11. Okay, here we go. Oh, hot. Alright. This is episode 11. Aria. If you guys like more of what you see and you like the content, tune in. It's free. Subscribe. Also, if you're a young, inspiring, admiring, ultra shining young man and think you can work here and think you're tough enough, also tune in and come by later. You know, numbers right here.
Most importantly, we need scaffolding. That's the main thing.
That's what we need.
Honestly, scaffolding.
Just get us on. Peace.
Alright, he's eating it. Is that you gone in twice after Spice Cabin? What a cheeky